Consistency, that habit that just might be the key to the success you've been looking for. Let's talk about it. Roll it. Consistency, that one thing that everybody overlooks when they set big goals, when they start moving towards those big goals, and of course, when they realize that it's a lot harder than they thought. Consistency is that one thing that will get you through any situation that may arise when you are on a path to some form of greatness that you have established as your goal. Why is this? Because consistency builds positive movement forward. It's your level of passion in something where you say, if I commit to this each day, I know I will be further down the road to that place I need to get to. I might not get there overnight, but I know I will eventually get there. But we need to be consistent. Consistency as a habit is critical. And when we look at habits, everybody keeps talking about how they want to break their bad habits, but they often forget that in order to move a habit that is a bad habit into a good habit, we need to implement daily practices that will get that habit going in the right direction. It's never done overnight. I made many videos on habits and changing your habits and growing positive habits. I'm gonna link them above and below so that you can go back and look at the process that you can take, because there's many of them, but the one process I know I've seen work many times and not a lot of people preach, and I like to bring it up so that you guys can give it a try. To actually develop a good habit of being consistent, we have to actually understand what it means. If we put it to perspective of how we feel disappointment when somebody is consistently doing something that disappoints us, that's the feeling we need to understand and relate to for ourselves when we are disappointing ourselves and not being consistent to what we've promised ourselves we're gonna do. When we promise ourselves something, it's the same thing as somebody promising us something. And when they disappoint us, we need to take that emotion that we feel and that disappointment and really understand that it's the same kind of disappointment when we feel like this, because we failed to achieve that promise. And we can really look at this at face value and then take accountability for us not being consistent in what we said we would do. Of course, to be accountable, we need to monitor it, and this step-by-step approach I'm gonna walk you through right now will help you. Step one, to be consistent, we need to start off small. We can't just jump into the big things we want to be consistent on, especially if we're never consistent on anything. So our first step would be to make a list of everything we know we need to be more consistent on. Number two is take that list and then write down a value on the level of challenge it is to be consistent with this topic, and then of course write down how important it is. I will guarantee you the higher the challenge, the more important it is to you. And we don't want to start there. We want to start at the bottom. We want to start where it is the easy challenge. It is the easy thing to be consistent on. Through step three, what you will find is that it will be easy for you, and you will start to automate the process of doing those easy things on a consistent basis. Step four is to continually monitor our progress. We need to monitor it, and we need to be very objective on our successes and our failures. We need to really look at it at face value, and we need to place that accountability we're talking about. We need to say, have I been consistent on the things I said I was going to do? This is the easy stuff, so it should be easy. Once you start analyzing what is going on, a pattern will reveal itself, and you will also see that in this pattern of when you're breaking this consistent task that you should be doing and you're not doing it, then you'll start to realize, hey, there's triggers here. There's things, they're like red flags that pop up, and I know, okay, now I'm going to do this when the red flag pops up. In this process, what will end up happening is that you're actually going to start seeing a series of success forming, and that's where the confidence really builds. As this confidence builds, well, now we can move up that list, and we are just repeating the pattern until we get to the top of the list, and all of a sudden we've started to automate this idea of a habit called consistency. What you'll find is it will be directly aligned with your integrity, with your values and your purpose. It will be aligned with the things you need to be achieving. It will be aligned with the things that you need to be saying yes to and no to. You'll find that everything is more structured. You'll also find this automation of processes happening that are guided by a positive energy. You will be in an overall place of higher level, I would say, happiness. You will actually start to feel good about yourself on all of these things instead of feeling down and out that you're not progressing. The change will happen as you move along through the list. And most people that I talk to are doing this and they try it out and they actually stick to it and commit to it. Well, usually it's in about the month to 2 month mark. And if they're really committed and they start off on the easy ones and they say, I'm going to take my time with it, it will take about a month to 2 months. And it's usually shorter time. If they're trying to progress as faster, they're not writing everything down, they're not actually monitoring and being accountable, it takes a lot longer. And the reality is, because we need to see the series of successes, and if we're not seeing them and we're not going back to be accountable for why and make the changes we need to, it takes longer. And that's part of the experience of actually saying, I'm going to improve this habit of being consistent. Take some time and go through this. Try it for a month. Try it for 2 months. See how things change. Report back and let us know how it has helped you. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button so you can get that daily motivational idea to get you moving in the right direction. And of course, leave your comment below. What have you done to be consistent lately? Has it worked? Has it not? What are some learning notes on your specific story? Because who knows, somebody might be reading it and you might help change a life.